Welcome to another edition of Autistic on Tour. I am in Hastings at the moment and we're going to see some stuff here. Hope you enjoy the video and let's see what we can see. Okay, so the first thing we are going to see is the True Crime Museum. So that is what we're going to see first, which is just down here. So this is talking about poisons. Counterfeit cash, gun control, CCTV, theft, drugs, stealing. Different details about that. Fingerprints and things like that. Different criminals there. So we've got the era of the Ripper. So talking about the different things that have gone on. So Billy the Kid in 1881, different suspects of the Ripper. The Ripper in 88, and then different crimes of this. So it's about the Fishermans pier. Hero, serial killer welcomes guests. Recovery. And Amelia Dyer. There's a Bath murderer. Hastings Ripper. Items of the area. Dr. Bodkin Adams.
Just all come through now.
Done that, and it's an interesting little space if you like anything with true crime. It's an interesting little snapshots of different things. We are going further back up to near the old town, which is in that direction over here. Okay, let's do the slightly more interesting looking route of next to the sea. Which, as you can see, Hastings has pebble beaches, as like lots of places in East Sussex or in West Sussex as well, has that. I actually lived here for a couple of years, so this is kind of like my second home, so it has lots of memories to it. But yeah, it is a pretty traditional seaside town. People driving too fast, for one thing, and showing off in their car from that noise. But yeah, it's a pretty traditional town. It was related to fishing at one point. It's a lot less to do with fishing than it used to be. In terms of the scale, it's like Hastings, Eastbourne, Brighton. Brighton, of course, is London by the sea and reasonably hipstery. Eastbourne is generally got quite a lot of older people in it, and Hastings is kind of scruffy cousin of the two. It's still got a lot going on, and it is very much a working, space, and people are still living and working, and it does not have necessarily an off or a non-season as much as some places do. There's always people around. There's all the hotels down the front to see, and it does have arcades and things like that. I'm at the moment going towards the gallery and the Fishermans Museum, because I just thought it had different flavours of the town itself with those kind of three things, and of course seeing the seaside and the front. And I don't mean scruffy in a terrible, horrible way. I mean it as it's very much a lived-in space. It's like some areas of, London. They're good, but they are scruffy as hell. So, as I say, there's lots of works going on at the moment with scaffolding and things up that wasn't necessarily around before. So things do develop and they go forward. And they actually, I mean, things like, actually signs up. I don't remember them having them up here. So it's in the beach, an Old Town, and all that. I don't know why it's actually pointing in that direction for Old Town, because it should be that direction, but another direction. But anyway, but yeah. So it's got signage, and as I say, it's got quite a long beachfront. So yeah, so down as where I'm walking, there's going to be an arcade and other things, as well as the things that I described before. So we have time. I'll put the timings of things, of when things are open or not, and the prices of things. So if you do want to visit, you've got all the info, and then also all the links to the different places, so you can get even more information when you need it. You do get activities like mini golf, from what I can remember. It's down here. There's trampolines also over there. This is mini golf, from what I remember. Yeah. Adventure golf, crazy golf, and pirate golf. So you've got the different golf course things around. So that's something you can indulge in if you are in here. I think there might also be go-karting, but I've never had good luck with go-karts, so I'll probably walk past it and show you, but it's one of the things you can do. And of course there are things like Smuggler's Adventure and stuff like that, which I won't do today, but you can do. And also there's an aquarium down here. So there is quite a lot to do in this kind of little town of ours. So, and it still feels like it's my town because I lived here. So, but yeah, so I've got stuff to do. So keep going. Some of this stuff might be closed because it's off season technically for everything, because it is November. So some of these things will probably be shut. Like the miniature railway probably will open up again for Christmas stuff, but apart from that, it's probably not going to be running. And if you're not crazy like me, you would actually see this stuff open, because you don't go at random times of the year. You also have a large collection of fish and chip shops across the road. There's at least 4 that you can choose from, so they all do have slightly different opening hours, but there are sensitive. And this is the Flamingo Entertainment amusements. So your arcade, this is what I shot over in that hut over there. as I say, many fish and chip shops that you can go to down here. Okay, so we've got a few things on at the moment. Okay, that is one of the hill lifts. I don't know when it's actually open. I've never been on it before, but I do know it exists. So. It's a very small museum because it's basically in the old Fisherman's Church, but it is very, very interesting. I know I've only done a really quick overview, but actually come and visit because it is really interesting with the details. As I say, I'm just giving you an overview of what things are like, not necessarily giving you everything. So. The Shipwreck Museum. It's this way.
Sharpshooter. The Federal Army was starting to equip its men with carbines. But as this display for the Museum of Confederacy shows, men of the South kept on with the running road material. So, it is difficult to say who will go in the wrong direction. She left Amsterdam and made her way slowly between the low-lying islands down to her anchorage at Texel. She waited there for a change of weather. And after 3 abortive attempts, she finally managed to sail out and turn south towards the English Channel. It was a short voyage, her first and last. At first, she made good progress, but the wind changed. From the church where they heard the guns fire to the shore, the town of Hastings has changed almost completely in 200 years.
Some of the historic lifeboats.
Yeah, because we, we didn't have a lot. I don't.
The other side of the road to the Shipwreck Museum is the aquarium.
Where's that?
Turn around. Come on, let's go, buddy.
documentary on Netflix, like lots of people will come to.
So, gift shops, you can see. It's not open at the moment, but it's kind of stuff you can get. Okay, let's walk back down and see a little bit more of the old town in the kind of shops and all that kind of thing. And then we'll kind of walk into the new town and see what's that like. Okay, so this is the east lift. There's a west lift as well. I don't think that's necessarily working either, but that's the cliff figures. So it's £5.50 for an adult ticket, and then concessions. So. That's quite a cool octopus thing on there. Oh yeah, you also will hear bikes quite a lot because there is a bike bar somewhere down here, and I can't remember exactly where it is, but it is down on the front. And a lot of the time, and one part of the year, you will get all of the bikers coming down, so you get loads and loads of them all here. I don't ever remember when I was here there being hearing ever particularly trouble with it, but you will see them around because there it does exist. Okay, so that's the West Hill lift. So, as I say, that's the ticket standard, and
Enjoy, thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
you too. Thank you. Quite like this experience. I mean, I'm not the only one on it at the moment, but that's actually quite enjoyable doing it just with myself. Well, that's a nice little experience to do. At the top of the hill. See if I can get back down again.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
So you have got the books, crafts, and kind of that kind of feel. To the end of the street, and then you can go off a little bit. Okay, so there are things like the Working Leaf and Flower Museum, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go back into the new town now. I think Old Town does spread up a lot more, and there's a lot more pubs and a lot more shops and a lot more things to check out. I just know I need to go back into Newtown to get a couple of bits, and but I've shown you a flavour of what this part of town is like anyway, so. Gives you playland on the other side of the road. I'm never 100% sure where the split between old and new is, but this definitely is the new section of it. Okay, back in the day that used to be an Argos, Of course, Argos does not exist anymore, so at least not in Sainsbury's. Out Sainsbury's, so. Okay, so around the corner is the shopping centre, which I'll see what I can do, show you. It's only little, but it's there. So it's got things like an HMV and all that kind of stuff in it, and there's the main indoor bit. I hope I've shown you a flavour of what Hastings is like and what it entails. As I say, I give you tasters of things, and then if you have more interest in exploring them, I'm going to put more information cards between everything I visited with what you need to know, the costs and all those kind of lovely things. As I say, I lived here for like 18 months, so there's always a kind of, bit in my heart for it. I do generally enjoy it as a place. As I say, it is scruffy, but every coastal town pretty much is, apart from, I'm trying to think if there's anything. I will be visiting Margate next in the coastal chain, so we can see what that one's like. As I say, it's quite easy to get to from the centre of London, as is Hastings. There is, as I say, quite a lot of things to do. There's quite a lot of places to eat, and even November, with lots of things being closed, there is still lots of stuff around for you to do. There were things I missed out of the castle, the Hastings Museum, and there's I think there's a couple other things, so it means that I've got another trip you need to come back and show you some more stuff if you would like. As I say, there are lots of things to see, and I will always recommend it, even if it's not as posh or as hipstery or or as eclectic as, say, like Brighton. But it does have a lot going for it, and as I say, the old town is more of the kind of arts and culture and things like that. I didn't show you all of it, or of any means, but I did show you one of the main streets that you go in, and then a lot of it's walking up and seeing lots of other things. I think that it's underappreciated for what it can be. I will also be doing Eastbourne at some point and seeing stuff there, but I think Hastings can be unappreciated sometimes just because of what else it's with. But yeah, I'd say come and give it a visit, and comment down below if you have done and what your thoughts are. If they're really negative, maybe not, but if you've been to places and you've liked them, let me know, and it's been useful. So I hope to see you on the next video, and see you all later. thanks for watching. Now do the whole like, subscribe and all the other things that can help my channel, but I just hope you enjoyed the video. Bye for now.